and rhyme song. The butcher, the baker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people. Yeah.
Back with Brian Winterstein. We're going to do a little bit of after show. Got through the whole show with no clothes coming off and no FCC violations, so I'm happy about that. But, you know, I understand what you're saying, because most of the people I ask about legacy don't think about that kind of thing.
Right.
But I think in the back of our head, we have an idea of what we want. I mean, the majority of people that come on the show do answer the question, say things like, I want to be remembered as fair. And I think we do. I think we'd agree with that. That's kind of a base thing that you want.
I think I'll be remembered as the guy the whirlwind, who whips into a search and just starts getting things organized.
But, you know, there were so many people in searches that I call them tourists, because they're here for a couple months,
right?
A couple years, or whatever. There's people that I know that have done search and rescue for 5-6 years that I still think are tourists.
Oh, sure.
Then there's people that I know are going to be there as long as they can.
Well, I can tell you this. If you would call me tomorrow and say, I need help with a search as a manager, I'd come out and help you. Sure, I would.
It's just become different. They've made it easier in some ways. And I think easier is...
They made it easier by if you can buy the certification. You don't have to prove anymore.
Right. Certified doesn't mean qualified.
No,
anymore.
not at all.
It means you attended something.
No. It just means you went to the class and sat there and slept through half of it.
And your check didn't bounce.
Right.
You know?
That's all it means.
That's what it means a lot of the time.
I remember when I took MSO, I mean, you and I took the same class.
Yeah.
And that guy there, boy, he was tough. You know, you paid attention, and if you didn't pay attention, he wasn't going to certify you.
Well, he was what we used to call a prick.
But a little bit of one, yeah, absolutely.
And you need that a little bit, because that was a good class. He taught a good class, and you need that.
I remember joking with him, and he turned around and looked at me with a serious face and said, "I better shut up."
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's time to get back to business.
I remember he was like one of the last people educationally. I thought, this guy acts like he wants to hit people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think if he had the choice, he would throw compasses at you.
Yeah, just hit you.
Yeah.
And then I went up to, I went to Canada to take it from the people that taught him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I went to the ERI.
Nice.
Because I wanted to see what the nonviolent version of it was. Which the Canadians are great, because they're amazingly polite about everything. And the guy said, you know, I'm not running a trader course, but I'll train you.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you come up for 4 days and take me out to a bar every night.
Deal.
And we sat and talked for 6-8 hours and went over stuff. I felt like I learned more in that environment.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting, because most of what we know about missing persons came out of British Columbia and stuff like that.
Out of Canada.
And some of it came out of the Southwest, but most out of Canada.
Mostly out of Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah. And we adapted it and everything. But we get on our high horse about certifications and stuff, because whatever certification somebody has, it all started with a couple guys sitting in a room saying, we got to find a way to do this.
Right. And
then somehow, at some point, it came down from the generations to where somebody just passed some kind of a test and is now selling these certifications.
Yeah.
And it's gotten watered down. I remember when we would take a class, it was, you didn't know that you were going to pass.
No. You had no idea.
You did not know. And it was as silly as whether or not, I remember that class, it was like the difference between him before and after the class. Once he was done.
He was a totally different guy.
Totally different guy. It was like a human being.
Yeah.
But during the class, it was nothing.
No, during the class, you couldn't joke around. You had to be serious. This is how it works. You know, I've taken other classes with other guys that was, you could sit and sleep through it, and they hand you a cert.
Yeah, and I always found it, and I understand it has to be done that way. I always found it really discouraging when you show up and I know you've probably been the same thing. You walk by the table at the door, and all the certs are pre-printed.
Yeah, I've seen that already. Yep.
When you walk in for the first minute, it's like, how serious are you going to take that, knowing that you cannot fail.
Yeah, you already got it.
You already got it.
Yeah.
You already got it.
Yeah, there's no failing now because you've seen the cert. You can sleep in the back of the class and get the cert and leave.
And I think that people don't. There are people that are. I think just like the rest of the world. I think that the people that are doing it now, that get the certifications, I think in some ways they're better educated than you and I were. But I don't think they're wiser, and I don't think they have the knowledge.
I don't think it's a better education. I mean, the better education's out there. I mean, these classes have become better.
Well, let me say this: they have access to more knowledge than you and I did.
Sure, they did. Yeah,
more information.
I'll give you that. But when it comes to managing, that MSO class did not teach me to be a manager.
No,
not at all. What taught me to be a manager is getting out in the field and getting and looking at that map and looking at, and experience. You know, within, I would say, my 12th year, I could look at a map and point and say the guy's in this area.
Well,
and I would say 30% of the time the guy was found in that area.
The MSO class really doesn't teach us how to do, I'd say, 70% of the things that we have to do. And then the statistical data that we get doesn't hold for our area. It's skewed data. That's, if all of our data is coming from Podunk County, Idaho,
right,
it won't be relevant for Reading, Pennsylvania.
No, because
the mindset is different between different places.
Well, as you say that, I mean, man tracking. We had a lot of guys come from California and teach us man tracking. Well, the guy from California said, "Well, you have no sand here."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Yeah, we have rock." So yeah. It's a totally different thing.
I had a SAR chief a year ago who the sheriff's department ran their team. They dissolved them. They started on their own. They moved to another area. And he said, "I got to ask you some advice on stuff." I said, what do you need? He said, how do you deal with trees? I said, "Come again? What do you mean, how do you deal with trees?" He said, "They block your view of everything." Like,
it's called turn around.
Yeah, I said, "You got to go around them." And he said, "We were in the desert. There are no trees." And you don't think about it because that's your wheelhouse.
Exactly. You know? I mean, going through the woods here, if you don't turn around and look,
no,
you can walk right past a person.
They could be, and everybody that you ever found, you found because 10 other people missed them.
Yeah.
You know, that's.
We found quite a few, I mean, not quite a few, but I would say quite a few. Nobody looked up.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking up is a big deal.
Yeah.
Looking up is a big deal. Looking up and looking behind you.
Exactly.
And you could tell when you show up what's been done by other people, by who's dirty, who's tired.
Right.
You know?
And who then you can tell the guys who just show up just to eat the free food.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen those.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons like people get annoyed at me is I don't call for the food truck. I think it slows everybody down. We'll deal with that later. Find a person, then you can have the party.
Right.
A lot of people want to start with the party.
Yeah. They want to bring the food truck in right away, and it's like, I'm the same way. I mean, I wouldn't bring a food truck in until a day later. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing on the first day, and it's
because you're supposed to be prepared anyway to feed yourself for that day.
Right. But then that leads me to, I've had this discussion with people about how, remember back when they had the NASAR 3-day pack and they wanted you to carry this giant pack, which just doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. My pack is probably 18 inches by 18 inches, and it goes on my hip.
Yeah. And you get older, it shrinks, like everything.
Yeah, exactly. I was 5'8" and a half. I'm 5'7" now. So,
but I mean, do you remember with the characteristics of people? Most people don't deal with missing person incidents. They see them on the news and all. I guess one of the things you didn't have to deal with is you didn't have to deal with the social media bump that people got on missing person incidents that much.
No.
And that's just horrible because
because everybody has their opinion. Everybody has, where this person is, where this person went to.
And how everybody else is wrong.
Exactly. And you didn't have Facebook. You didn't have Twitter. You didn't have Instagram and all these things. And these people just doing what, well, he's over here, and I know he's over here, and and they're never going to find him there, and
right,
it's great, it's absolutely insane.
And you have, I mean, we've been doing it so long that I'm on my second or third things on the internet where they said that the missing person incident we were involved in was a conspiracy and we were part of a conspiracy. Look, I'm all for a good conspiracy, but back in my day, you had to put a little work into a conspiracy. You could just label anything a conspiracy,
right?
You know,
right.
And it's like you said, everybody's got an opinion and a log on, and they're just putting out dribble, and they're not accountable for it.
Yeah.
And what bothers me is the families read that.
Right. Opinions like sweat. We all have them, and we all have it. And it all stinks.
Yeah. Yeah. And did your brother miss it?
I don't really talk to him about it. I mean, after 9/11, when we responded there, my brother just fell out and went to the wayside. He decided that was it for him. He was always.
I think he was in it because you were in it.
Yeah,
you know.
But I'll tell you what, he was one of my best field team leaders.
Oh yeah, yeah. When he was on, when he was
there, he was. I could send him out with a bunch of firemen, and he got the job done.
Yeah,
he was one of my go-to guys.
Yeah, when he was on, the. I remember you got. I remember when you guys got that trailer.
That was. Oh my goodness. The original trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We spent a lot of money on nothing.
A lot of money on nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of this is about, you know.
Yeah.
These free things that become $1,000 projects of money we don't have.
Yeah.
That don't work out. Whereas I see other agencies drop 20, 30 grand in a month just on random stuff, you know.
Yeah, on a new dishwasher.
Yeah. Yeah. Washing machine, something that they just go they have money, and I think that to a degree that not having the money in search and rescue helps us stay gritty, humble, and appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the time I've been doing it, only one police department has ever reimbursed us, and it was upstate. We were leaving the town, and the police had the road blocked. It's an old-fashioned road block.
Right.
And said, Chief wants you to go down there. So turned the whole caravan down, and he was standing at the gas pump, so he said, fill up all your vehicles.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
That's the humble thing. You appreciate that. Didn't even happen to you, but you appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Because I didn't have to stop at the gas station down the road and spend $40 to get home.
But that's so rare. Nobody
does that. Nobody. I mean, I had a guy on my team who he could charm the pants off of anything. And I said to him, we're hungry. He went to McDonald's. The next thing you know, he walked back with like 1,000 cheeseburgers and all these milkshakes. I was like, where did you get these from? He goes, I got it. And you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. But did he slide you a bill for it later? Because that's what he did with me.
No. He would have did it to you, not to me.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it was not hard to get stuff like that, but to get other emergency services agencies to show a little love was tougher. That
was non-existing.
Yeah, it was. There
was no love in there.
I
mean, I can remember searches where we found the body, and next thing you know, the ambulance squad or the rescue squad says, we'll evac the body. No, I found the body. I'm evacing it.
Well, we had that happen right over here because we didn't realize they got paid to do it, and they saw it as us taking their money. You were there.
Right. Yeah, well, that's when I called my team, and I said, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And I walked off.
Yeah, we all have, because I'm not going to fight one of the fam.
No.
It's not something to fight over.
No.
That's something to fight over.
No, and my guys were all confused. Why are we leaving? I said, I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
We're just leaving. We're out of here.
I have this picture on my desk. It's been on my desk since probably 6 months after it happened, because it always cheers me up.
Okay.
And I brought it to give you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, let me see this thing. Oh, you got to be kidding me. That's hysterical. That was it. What was this? Where was this at? Where was this?
That was at
a Girl Scout camp.
That was at a Girl Scout camp.
Oh my! Look how big I am, man. I was huge.
But you were running. That is the only documented proof. That's
that I ran.
That you ran.
Yeah, that I ran.
That's like a Sasquatch.
That's funny. That's great.
And I had that picture for the longest time.
Why was I running though?
We were doing a team building thing, and you were cheating. You wanted to get there first.
Oh, was it?